Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Talk in English. My name is Peter and it's so good to see you today.
It sure is, friends. I'm Pauline and it's always a good day to learn together.
Today we have our story time and we're learning about the stamp.
Ooh, well, I'm excited to hear all about it.
Well, today and tomorrow we have our story. Everyone likes a good story and we can learn some English too.
I'm looking forward to it. And it sounds like our story today is about a stamp. We should probably make sure everyone knows what a stamp is.
Well, when I send a letter, I need to use a stamp to pay for the letter. Here, let's take a look at some stamps.
Ooh. Oh, look at that. Yes, all right. So these stamps look really neat. They always have pictures of fun, interesting things on them.
We might buy stamps from other places we are visiting. Or when I travel, I like to send postcards and send them from the country I'm visiting.
Yes, then you can use a stamp from that place. These stamps look like they are from a place that has beautiful mountains, like Montana.
Hey, that does, or Colorado. Well, I can't wait to hear about the story today.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Well, before the story, let's learn our keywords with Jack, and then we'll start our story.
Hello， 今天故事的主角叫做 Jim。Jim 的朋友 Oscar 传了讯息过来，听起来很兴奋。He sounded very excited。这里的 sound 是连缀动词听起来的意思。原来 Oscar 是一个集邮迷，他又收集到一张很厉害的邮票，所以邀 Jim 过去看。邮票就是 stamp。He got a new stamp。Jim 看到的那张珍贵的邮票，它其实看起来蛮旧的。The stamp looked quite old。副词 quite 表示相当、蛮怎么样的意思。Oscar 说这张邮票是1867年发行的，价值大约20万美金。It's worth about $200,000。这里的 worth 是形容词，形容有什么样的价值。这张价值连城的邮票是 Oscar 的阿姨过世之前送给他的。Before she died, she gave it to Oscar。动词 die 就是过世、死。他的阿姨本身也收集了邮票很多年。She collected them for many years。动词 collect 就是收集。
I got a message from my friend Oscar Mack. He sounded very excited. Oscar is a good friend, and we often spend time together. When I go over to his house, he enjoys showing me his stamp collection. He has more than 1,000 interesting stamps. Some of the stamps are very valuable. When Oscar gets a new stamp, he always shows it to me.
We start our story learning about a character named Oscar Mack. Here's an easy question. What is this person's name and what is his family name?
Oh, okay. His name is Oscar and his family name is Mack. We also call a family name a last name. That makes it easy.
Oscar sounds very excited from the message he sends. We can always tell when a friend is excited by what they say.
And it sounds like we should go to Jack for more about this sentence. Jack also sounds very excited.
Oscar 传了讯息过来，听起来非常的兴奋。He sounded very excited。我们来学动词 sound， 它比较特别，是连缀动词。一般动词后面不会加形容词，我们都是用副词修饰动词的。比如说 ，Can you please speak slowly？ 你可以慢慢的说吗 ？You can ask politely。你可以有礼貌的问。这里的副词 slowly、politely 都是修饰动词的。今天 he sounded very excited， 这个 excited 却是形容词， 因为 sound 当动词用是听起来怎么样的意思。这类的连缀动词后面要接形容词，比如 She sounded sad， 她听起来很难过。如果闻到坏掉的牛奶，可以说 The milk smells bad， 你看起来很累。You look tired， 这些都是连缀动词加形容词做补语的说法。
Thanks for the short lesson, Jack. So let's talk more about our story. Oscar is a good friend, and they spend a lot of time together. What do you do when you spend time with a friend?
Ooh, I like going places with friends. We can see new places or try new restaurants. We get to do something fun and spend time together at the same time.
At Oscar's house, Oscar enjoys showing his stamp collection.
We already talked about what stamps are. We buy stamps and put them on letters to send them in the mail. The cost to send something is called postage.
And to show we have paid for the postage, we use the stamp to prove it.
But because stamps are so interesting looking and fun, people like to collect them. We call the stamps you collect a collection. Maybe you have kept stamps from different places over the years.
Oscar has more than 1,000 interesting stamps. That is many stamps. Some of them are very valuable.
Ooh, some are very valuable?
Some are very valuable. And that's today's calendar phrase.
Some are very valuable.
Some are very valuable.
有一些非常值钱。
You have a lot of stamps.
Some are very valuable.
You have big stamps and small stamps.
Some are very valuable.
You have old stamps and new stamps.
Some are very valuable.
I know. I use them to mail my letters.
Some are very valuable.
Some are very valuable.
有一些非常值钱。
When Oscar gets a new stamp, he always loves showing it. So he must have a new stamp. That must be why he is so excited.
What are some other things people collect? What are some other kinds of collections?
Oh, there are so many different kinds of collections. I'd tell you all about it, but I'm too excited to hear the next part of the story. Friends, let's watch.
I went over to Oscar's house about noon. He had something to show me.
Jim,
He said.
I have a new stamp. I am so excited about it.
We went into his room. He pointed to a small box on his desk.
There.
He said.
This is the most valuable stamp in my collection.
The stamp looked quite old and had a picture of Abraham Lincoln on it.
Okay, in this part, we learn the name of the speaker. A speaker is the person who is speaking. Here, his name is Jim.
Jim went over to Oscar's house about noon. Noon means 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Midnight means 12 o'clock at night.
Oscar had something to show Jim. He has a new stamp, and he is so excited about it.
This seems like a little thing to be excited about. I mean, stamps are really small. Is this important?
We'll talk about that in a minute, but don't we all have little things we get excited about? Ice cream. I get really excited about ice cream or seeing a new insect at the park.
And I get excited about growing plants or growing other things. I think a good friend is someone we can share this with.
So they went into his room. He points to a small box on his desk. This must be part of his collection.
Yes, he says, "This is the most valuable stamp in my collection." Before we say more, let's practice this sentence a little bit more.
Hey friends, it's that time of day when you get to visit Use It. Are you ready? Well, if you want to say that something is the best thing in a particular place, you can use today's Use It. Let's look at a few examples. First, this is the most interesting room in my house. Or you could say, this is the most delicious food in my restaurant. Ready? Then go on and use it.
Thanks for the help, Rebecca. So the word valuable can mean expensive, but it can also just mean important because it has a lot of meaning for that person. This stamp might mean both to Oscar.
Well, what does this stamp look like? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, the stamp looked quite old and had a picture of Abraham Lincoln on it.
Wow, Abraham Lincoln. Here is a statue of Abraham Lincoln. He was one of the most important presidents of the United States.
Yes, Abraham Lincoln changed the world. He is quite famous. Oh, and actually that's a word I want us to talk about. Quite means very. You can use either. Try using both if you can.
Okay, this soup is quite hot, but it is very good.
So if this stamp of Abraham Lincoln is quite old, it must be very valuable.
You're right, Pauline, but we'll talk more about that very soon. Friends, let's take a short break right now. See you soon.
Let's talk in English. 10 minutes every day. That's the way.
Welcome back from the break, everyone. Have you ever collected things like stamps before?
Ooh, when I was a kid, I loved collecting things. I did have a stamp collection. I also had a coin collection, coins from all over the world. And I had a seashell collection, and I had a music box collection.
Wow. Okay, Pauline, I understand now. Wow, that's a lot of collections of things. That must be very valuable. Anyway, friends, let's continue our story. Here's part 3.
It looks old,
I said.
It's from 1867.
He answered.
And it's worth about $200,000.
Wow. Be sure to keep it in a safe place,
I said.
Oh, I will,
said Oscar.
Don't worry.
Where did you get it?
I asked.
From my Aunt Claudia,
answered Oscar.
She passed away last week, but before she died, she gave me the stamp. She loved stamps and collected them for many years.
These two friends, Jim and Oscar, are looking at this valuable stamp, and it looks old.
Yes, this stamp of Abraham Lincoln is quite old. It's from 1867.
This stamp is from 1867. It must be worth a lot.
We learned the word valuable. When we talk about worth, we are talking about its value. Is it worth a lot? Is it not worth a lot?
It's worth about $200,000. That's worth a lot of money. And it's a nice sentence too. It's worth going to Jack for more. Here he is.
Oscar 说这张邮票价值大约20万美金呢。It's worth about $200,000. 20万的念法是 200,000， 英文的表达方式是200千，中文有个10、百、千万、10万、百万。 每多一个零就有一个数字名称，但是英文不一样，它是以3位数记的，只要记千、thousand 和百万 million 就可以了。所以12000就是12,000， 25000是25,000， 1374000是1,374,000。中英文的数字念法不一样，你要找时间再研究练习一下哦。
Thanks, Jack. Hey, Peter, what could you buy for $200,000?
That's a lot of money. You could buy a house or an apartment for that much money. You could buy at least 6 really nice cars or more for $200,000.
Wow, I had no idea a little stamp could be worth so much money. You should be sure to keep it in a safe place.
When we say be sure to do something, it means to remember to do it. You really need to do it.
Oh, he will, I'm sure. Not just because it's worth a lot of money, but it is worth a lot to him because he cares about his stamps and it's from a family member. So don't worry, he'll be sure to keep it safe.
Yeah, so where did he get it?
It is from his Aunt Claudia.
And how did he get it from his aunt?
Well, Aunt Claudia loved stamps and collected them for many years. Maybe this is how Oscar started getting interested in collecting stamps.
Aunt Claudia passed away last week, but before she died, she gave the stamp.
Well, I think we'll get to learn more about this collection and find out what happens tomorrow. But for today, we need to stop and review our key words. Let's do that now.
Here's the first key word from today. Sound. Sound. Tanya sounded happy.
Stamp. Stamp. Put a stamp on the letter and mail it.
Quite. Quite. I am quite tired today.
Worth. Worth. This book is worth only $5.
Die. Die. My cat died last week.
Collect. Collect. Tim collects baseball cards. All right, friends, those are your keywords. Keep on practicing. And now let's watch our story one more time together.
I got a message from my friend Oscar Mack. He sounded very excited. Oscar is a good friend, and we often spend time together. When I go over to his house, he enjoys showing me his stamp collection. He has more than 1,000 interesting stamps. Some of the stamps are very valuable. When Oscar gets a new stamp, he always shows it to me. I went over to Oscar's house about noon. He had something to show me.
Jim,
he said.
I have a new stamp. I am so excited about it.
We went into his room. He pointed to a small box on his desk.
There,
he said.
This is the most valuable stamp in my collection.
The stamp looked quite old and had a picture of Abraham Lincoln on it.
It looks old,
I said.
It's from 1867.
He answered.
And it's worth about $200,000.
Wow. Be sure to keep it in a safe place.
I said.
Oh, I will,
said Oscar.
Don't worry.
Where did you get it?
I asked.
From my Aunt Claudia,
answered Oscar.
She passed away last week, but before she died, she gave me the stamp. She loved stamps and collected them for many years.
Hey, Ginger, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a stamp.
Oh, do you want to mail a letter?
No, I want to get rich.
Get rich? What do you mean?
Some stamps are valuable.
That's true, but...
One stamp is worth $200,000.
Yes, but...
That's the one I'm looking for.
I know, but...
Yeah, $200,000 will buy a lot of bananas.
That is true, but...
So, I'm gonna keep looking until I find one of those.
Ginger!
Come on, help me look, James. $200,000.
Changing every day. Each new season has its way. The falling leaves that come with fall have a message for us all. Our lives are changing every day. Wherever you go, whatever changing to a better you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Changes are in the world to stay. They can help you have a better day. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Changing every day. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you. Changes are in the world to stay. They can help you have a better day. Wherever you go, whatever you do, changing to a better you.
Well, friends, this is just the beginning of our story. You'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out what happens next. So join us then, right here on
Let's Talk in English. Goodbye.